All right, guys, we're back with another episode of Barbells and Banter. This episode went absolutely everywhere. We talked about whether you had the confidence to land an aeroplane in an emergency. We talked about an efficient way to burn calories that doesn't involve exercise at all. We talked about the younger generation's approach to training maybe as a symptom of social media, and is that the best way to do things? Maybe some advice that we gave on like how to start your journey and put yourself in a position to make progress over the longer term. Then we got a little bit heavy. We started talking about showing up for yourself, showing up for your partner, and a little bit of relationship advice at the end. So that, I think that's the golden nugget of the potty itself. So you have to stick around for that till the end. As always, enjoy the pod. We love the comments. We love the feedback. We also love your support. If you could show that by hitting the subscribe button, sharing the podcast to some other people as well, just helps us get the message out. We also have our silly season hand guide. Actually, we call it the party season hand guide, which will be on our website. It's got some strategies on how to tackle the event season from a mentality perspective, training, nutrition, and it also sends the message that you can make progress this month. We are a results-based business. We know you can make progress if you want to. If you decide not to, we've given you some strategies on how to manage those things so you can enjoy yourself and get on with your training, come the next day or whenever it is that you go back to the gym. So get that on the website, enjoy yourselves, and as always, enjoy the episode. I don't get to talk about what I want on my podcast.
Talk about what I want. So because I'm slack with the Invisalign at night, and that's why I have floating teeth in the kitchen right now.
Yeah.
I actually have a toothbrush. So most nights I'll shower.
Tam, I don't want to be rude, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
I'm out of water.
No, just like... There was a couple of times when I was out last week or the week after, and my mouth
slaps.
Oh, bro.
Slaps.
Don't be rude. I forgot.
And you were like in the office and we couldn't stop. And I was just like, oh, man. Thank you so much,
Should have
Sam.
just drank my water. I wouldn't there.
You got your fancy drink bottle, I forgot.
I do that I never use. I just drink out of the bath.
Yeah.
So I have my own bathroom at home because I get up early, so I go to the other bathroom.
It's a good system.
It's great. So I have toothbrush and toothpaste in there.
Yep.
So if I shower at night, I brush my teeth in there.
Yeah.
If I don't shower at night, I still have a toothbrush in the ensuite.
Good system.
So
Thank
you
Sam.
could, to employ the increased friction between you and snacking at night time, just your bathroom downstairs, just put a toothbrush, toothpaste in there.
No, I can't do that.
You don't have to go downstairs.
I can't do that.
Why not?
It's because it's got a toilet in it.
I see.
And you get
That makes a lot of sense.
the poo particles, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Does your
Right.
ensuite have a toilet in it?
My ensuite?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got its own toilet. Like it's an enclosed toilet.
It's got a door.
Yeah, I'm sounding obnoxious now. My master bedroom is a house.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
I reckon it's the fucking best idea ever to have a toilet door on the ensuite toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Having an actual, your own enclosed toilet in your bedroom is goated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be no toothbrush near the toilet.
I understand.
Yeah. And
That's
also-
why I used to put my toothbrush in the shower in the old house.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it wouldn't
Get-
penetrate.
Get moldy instead of shitty.
Yeah.
Still pro.
Hey,
Still up.
so that's
Still up.
I'm choosing mold over poo particles, man.
That's a good start to an episode. Welcome.
It's hilarious. So I've got a question for both of you guys.
Okay.
So if you were on a plane and the captain could no longer land the plane for whatever reason,
Call me up.
would you?
Man.
Do you think you could land the plane
Fuck
right
no.
now?
Am I coached?
No, like you got to land the plane.
Right.
Do you think you can land the plane?
Nah.
Tam?
Realistically, fuck no. But you would think that like someone's at the tower talking to.
So yeah.
If I have communications, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently, I saw on the internet,
Because most,
50% of all men think that they can land a plane in an emergency.
So they all think they can fuck
20
and all think they can fight. It's
26 of them think they might be able to. And then when they interviewed like 110,000 people, like nearly none of them had played Microsoft Flight Simulator as well.
Yeah.
I thought that was ridiculous. Like,
I feel like no.
It's just like up means down and down means up.
yeah,
right?
sure.
Like,
There's a
can't be
bunch
that
of
bad.
sticks. Like, it's like, tell me which button to press, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Got you covered. All right,
Yeah,
get out
fine.
of here. 20 years of fucking training. Get out.
I have a client who's a pilot too.
I guess
If he ever listens to this, if he's you're a fucking idiot.
Well, I guess like
You've seen the photos.
if you're
of the
gonna
cockpit,
die,
though.
That's right.
if you're
Like a
gonna
million
die,
buttons.
you're gonna have a crack, right?
You just got to flick the switch overhead,
Yeah.
and that brings the wheels out. You'll be fine.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, just that one.
Yeah, and then you do the flicky thing on the switches, and that's what happens on the
And
in the movies. Yeah, flick, flick, flick.
And then
just
gotta
curve it
really
so it goes on the
gently.
ground? Yeah.
Nah, too much. It's way less than that.
Hey, I got no finesse, bro.
Really gently tip her down.
Well, I guess if you'd probably congregate with everyone and be like, all right, does anyone have any experience?
Yeah, and then I wonder what's the definition of like landing the plane.
That's just making sure everybody gets out of it
Yeah,
safe.
it's like
right? It's an
put
emergency. It's an emergency. You can put the plane on the line.
Because what you don't think about is like you can't see shit.
Yeah,
It's not like you can see where you've got to go right until
Nah.
it's too fucking late.
And it's
Yeah.
very
It's
fast.
like
yeah.
yeah, you're
if
fucked.
you're flying into Melbourne, you're like, there's a lot of paddocks down there. I'm gonna just take that on.
I think you.
We're gonna land hard, and I
Yeah.
just hope everyone.
So
lives.
when you say if we're gonna die anyway, I'm gonna have a crack.
Yeah.
I'm like, you either leave it alone and the plane potentially just glides into a paddock somewhere, or you point it into the ground.
Well, that's wishful thinking.
so you all die quickly.
Yeah. It's like
Do you just
that's-
get it?
that's
Surely.
the only
I did
two
not expect
solutions.
Tam to be so morbid. Just like, well, we're not gonna half die.
No. I mean, when you said we're gonna die anyway, I'm gonna have a crack. I'm like, that's what that crack would result in.
Yeah, it's still you got two options, right?
Yeah.
It's either you fuck it up real bad, or like, yeah, you kind of glide. Surely you could get it to a height where you're just like, all right, jump out of the plane, like,
Oh.
yeah, with the
Put
parachute.
the slide.
No, with the parachute on, man. Come on, bro. Like, we're not fucking.
Does everyone even have a parachute?
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm down at the seat.
No, it's just oxygen.
Nah, that's like the floaty.
Oh, this.
Yeah,
I'm never fine again.
I'm pretty sure
There's no
only,
parachutes on a fucking
There's
plane.
only parachutes enough for the staff. I'm pretty sure.
Of course.
Because fuck you guys.
Yeah, so they can do this again.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's just the slide, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You have to be low enough to go down the slide
Yeah.
and live.
slide in a floaty vest.
So you're basically just relying on how robust the plane is at the trajectory.
So if you were
it's going
gonna do it, you just needed to get to water.
Oh, well then 100%, I'm having a crack. I don't think I can do it, but I'm gonna die. There's no fucking way. I'm just sitting back going like, oh yeah, let's just see,
Oh no, got coffee on my shoe.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
That's a problem.
I got it.
Are they they got suede on them?
No, they're just leather.
No,
Oh,
it's
leather's
fine.
fine.
It's
Yeah,
wipe.
you'll be good.
Just wipe.
So I found a secret weapon to getting leaner that doesn't involve training anymore.
Cool. Have at me.
You got to watch scary movies.
High heart rate.
Yeah, so apparently you can burn 200 calories per 90 minutes, which is comparable
Walking.
with a 30-minute walk
Yeah.
from watching a scary movie.
Is that back on now?
No.
But you...
I need my wife to watch this.
But, what?
She's like, so Jay said.
Oh, because Ben wants to watch scary movies.
Oh,
My
okay.
wife hates them.
Oh, I was like... I thought you were... thought it's the other way. No, bro.
sounds-
200 calories, bro.
That sounds stressful.
But you don't, yeah. Well, the thing is, the only caveat to that when I saw that, I was like, you have to actually get scared.
yeah.
Great. It has to be a good movie. Can't be shit
Yeah,
one.
and I don't know how many good scary movies
And
there
you
are.
could get desensitized.
Yeah, well, if you watched,
True.
you know, when you've watched the movie already,
Yeah,
it's not as
scary
scary
anymore.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
got the suspense. And
So I wonder
it's going to jump out here.
You're just
and
waiting.
there.
You're just waiting for the cheap jump scare.
Yeah,
what stand-up would do.
stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
Because it's all
you
about
got-
heart rate, right?
Yeah, and it's probably like movement, right? Because if you're laughing, like, you know, you got the hand gestures, and
Yeah.
you're moving around, and if you're belly laughing as well, like it's,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm scared to say it because I said that I went to Andrew Schultz, and that's touch and go anyway. I watched the Matt Rife doco new stand-up last night.
yeah,
Very fucking good.
yeah, right,
Yeah, he's in heaps of trouble at the moment, which is usually a good sign.
yeah, right,
But it's very funny.
yeah, I like that.
What's
But yeah, I feel like if you could, his first joke is like
Aussie.
It's not even that aggressive, but it's like a domestic violence joke.
right.
It's like there's 100 jokes in the special that are way worse, but it's the first one. And then he even openly says like, I'm just testing you just to see how far we can fucking take this.
Just testing the waters.
Yeah.
If you say a joke and no one laughs, like, ooh, not that crowd.
Yeah, but they all laughed.
Yeah.
I've seen a few like reviews and people are like, you're not funny.
Surely comedy's got to go back that way, though, right?
Do you know who Isaac Battlefield is?
No.
So he's an Aussie comedian who's been cancelled. He's going to court in Queensland over a joke. Because he's a fucking savage, bro.
Okay.
Savage.
How can you? What do you have to say?
So it's a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a. No, I'm not even.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It's
I'll look
not
it up.
worth us talking
I'll look it
about.
up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. It's fine.
Yeah, but it ended up being basically triggered as hate speech, so he's got to go front a fucking jury or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hate
it's
speech.
wild. So he did a video on the Matt Rife reactions,
Right.
and everyone that's just like, it's not funny. He just like plays the clip again. He's like, the crowd laugh. You're wrong.
Yeah.
The crowd laugh. You're wrong.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
Got to make comedy great again. Just give him the license, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a line, of course. Like,
Yeah.
is there?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, look, I just said that so people wouldn't come from it. I don't care.
I think if you make a line, then there's who determines the line.
Yeah. When you walk in the door of a comedy show, you know.
Yeah.
That like
The line
they
is
could say anything.
the line is it funny
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
someone?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be funny to you because it's like,
Yeah.
like imagine going
Subjective.
like
So subjective.
fucking Ed Sheeran shit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, clearly he's fucking not.
Yeah.
Like, what's the line in the song with Stormzy? Like, I made $500 million on a Divide tour.
Mm.
Like, well, obviously, he's not shit.
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
don't like him,
Yeah.
and that's fine. Don't listen to him anymore. It's
Yeah.
the same in comedy, but people get like this weird entitlement that I can stop you from saying the thing that I don't like. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. Comedy's not funny unless you give them the license to.
Push the boundaries.
Yeah. It's like all the famous, like every comedian that becomes popular becomes shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, not
A
every,
lot of
but
them.
most.
Yeah.
It's because they don't have they got more to lose than to gain, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
then
like
this
the-
contract and
yeah.
that contract. And
It's like the
whatever.
UFC fighter. Like when he's coming up, he's just knocking people
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center, just hungry
Yeah.
as
Then
yeah.
they have a kid and they're like,
yeah.
I
Gets
don't
the
really want to die in here.
or like gets the belt and then just starts like picking fights or like evading people and then all of a sudden he's like on the back foot. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man,
Yeah.
start just become that savage again.
Yeah. We talked about it a while ago with the music too, with like when they're on drugs and shit.
Yeah,
Make way better music. And
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
got clean. It's like,
yeah.
liked you better when you were a smackhead. No, it's much better for your health, but yeah.
Yeah, it
But I think
suits me better though.
stand-up comedy, if you line up a few of them in a row, good cardio workout. Do you know that
Yeah.
Mario Kart, my wife sent me this, Mario Kart is the most stressful game. It was nominated the most stressful game you can play.
Really?
Yeah.
Disagree with
I
that.
knew you would, but
Yeah.
I thought I'd throw out the bomb and let you fight it.
I don't. Look, I guess like it depends on the pool of, what they.
Yeah.
Because when you make claims like that, it's like it's the most stressful game out of the games they tested. Like
I guess so.
I wonder-
I would also wager it's the one with most people having played it.
I was just about to
Agreed.
say that it's
But it
like
was
got the
based
biggest
on-
pool.
It
as
was
well,
based
yeah.
on like heart rate change.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I wonder what you would expend playing video games, just so I know that I'm burning calories effectively.
Yeah.
Sitting on my ass, slaying 14-year-olds playing Call of Duty.
I always wonder, we talked about this when we were driving,
Mm.
like so the number one, we always say like you have to have carbohydrates because that's the main fuel source for your brain. Like that thing, right?
Yeah.
If you increase brain output for an extended period of time to a high level,
Mm.
does that increase calorie output without a heart rate change?
I couldn't tell you. Well, I'm pretty sure your brain uses like 60% of your BMR or something.
Yeah, so if you're increasing that, so if you drive
Mm.
to Sydney, it's 10 hours,
Mm.
and you're actively concentrating, you get there, you're fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Every time I've done that, I've been real hungry,
Yeah.
which may just be like a stress response. But
I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
valid.
curious.
I don't know how. Like you would expend more energy. It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
But I don't know. It's
than
like
watching TV.
yeah.
much-
It's
how
just
much
like
it is.
in comparison to what is always the question, right?
Yeah, is it less than walking,
Of course. Yeah.
but more than sitting on the couch?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an interesting...
You never want to send that narrative, no matter what. Like Like that's the whole what I just said then is like it's just shit to talk about.
Yeah,
right?
It's the fun facts.
So maybe you should get the treadmill out and watch a scary movie, and then you'll compound.
Yeah, I used to cycle and play video games at the same time.
Yeah,
I used to play a lot of FIFA, and when I'd
You'd run.
when I would be in the final third about to score, I'd be pedaling like really quickly, and then when the ball got booted away, I'd just like start slow, like it's just like it'd just pick up. Oh, so funny.
So I almost exclusively play racing games, and
you can't do that.
I'm the same. Just like I need to go past this car, so all of a sudden I'm sprinting on the bike. It's like, bro, it doesn't help. It's like turning the controller when you go around the corner. It's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, absolutely not. You see they're remastering Need for Speed Underground 2?
Oof, I did.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
No, I saw it. They're mastering Need for Speed Underground 2.
And
that is, I will be getting that game 100%.
And
I've still got the emulator on my computer right now.
Oh,
For the
yeah?
original one.
Hell yeah.
Personally, even cooler, they're also doing Hot Pursuit.
Oh yeah, that was
which was pre-Underground.
Yeah, that was like I remember playing that on my fucking old ass computer.
Yellow Porsche 911. Yeah. The clip is the BMW.
I was too young for that.
But yeah,
it was like one of the first Need for Speeds.
Yeah. It's the first PlayStation one.
Yeah.
It made Need for Speed, and then they were like, "Oh, drifting's cool because of Fast and Furious."
Because of Fast and Furious, yeah.
New Need for Speeds have gone down the drain.
Nah, yeah. Underground 2 is one of the greatest games ever.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a good one.
Underground 2, Most Wanted.
Yeah, Most Wanted was pretty good.
There's a good like pure racing one.
Like Motorsport.
More recent. Yeah. I'm just trying to.
It
would be PS3.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was good. It's good pure.
Yeah.
Racing.
It was when people were complaining, they've gone away from the cops and stuff.
Yeah, because it was to take on Gran Turismo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they beat it, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was better.
So have you started this Muay Thai
karate? I'm starting.
Venture, or?
So my plan was, I'm being a bit of a pussy. I was hoping that I could go to the midday sessions.
Yeah, it wasn't going to work with your schedule.
But the schedule at the moment's not allowing that, so I think I'm just going to have to commit to the 7 p.m s. And go.
7 p.m's
yeah, it's more just like
by the time you get home.
How many people will be there?
Yeah, and the time you get home and stuff, it's like 8:30.
Yeah.
I used to go to 7 p.m.
I just don't want to go to a class and have some guy like that hates his life try and kick shit out of me.
Kick the fuck out of you, yeah.
So I want to go learn how to do the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, if I could just train and not... Every time I've been in an environment like that, I end up getting shit beaten out of me.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Be a target.
Yeah, and you just like...
Yeah.
And there's never just like you just train.
Yeah.
It's always like you train to fight.
Yeah.
You don't train to train.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to fight people. I just want to like the fitness. It's fun. It's fun cardio for me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, this gym doesn't seem to be like a fight gym.
Yeah. I'll just give them where it is.
Yeah.
Connecting those dots makes a bit of sense.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So probably next week.
Have you been lifting?
This week I have not.
Yeah.
Has he been wrecked?
Yeah.
Well, we lifted all our gym equipment. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to the gym that day. Fuck, I had to like battle some demons that day because I was like, oh, I'm not training today. I'll lift all this shit. And I'm like, people do this for their job, bro.
And then go to the gym.
Yeah, and then go to the gym. I was like,
were you sore?
I wasn't sore. I was just like kind of tired. Yeah, so I was like,
I expected to wake up with DOMs and I didn't.
Yeah, I reckon if I couldn't have fit the workout in during the week, I would have trained.
Yeah,
like because I know I could just. Yeah. I'm doing like 5 days in a row though. Oh man, I've had to do 5 days in a row, 2 weeks in a row. It's not it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the STCfit podcast, where we talk about all things nutrition, training, and how to live your best life. If you want some more information about coaching, our free resources, and other fitness-related content, be sure to check us out on our website at www.stcfit.com. All right, let's get to the episode.
I feel like we need to tell the story of dropping the hack squat.
Yeah, by all means.
So, let's set the scene, shall we?
Yeah.
So we had a mono. If you don't know what a mono lift is, if you've ever seen a powerlifting video where they have like the gate and they pull it out, it's a massive fucking steel contraption. At a powerlifting meet, it takes usually 6 dudes to move it. Ours was deassembled.
Yeah.
So it was fine. piece, usually one person on each end, all good.
Yeah.
This fucking hack squat that we have. Shout out to Verve.
It's the heaviest hack squat.
They
in the
have
world.
built a well-engineered hack squat.
It is the heaviest hack squat in the world. Fuck, it's so heavy.
So,
And that was without the plate on it.
yeah, bro. And the plate's heavy.
Fuck, that plate's so heavy.
Yeah.
That's easily 40 kilos,
Yeah.
that plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy and it's got no handles.
Yeah, it's not easy to hold at all.
Yeah, and you can't pull it apart. It's like once
No.
you pull one thing out, it all comes out.
Yeah. So, obviously awkward. You can either hold it from the floor or, like, I was above eye level trying to lift the back.
So you're holding the top of the triangle.
Yeah, it's poor leverage position, though.
Yeah. It's like a overhead press position farmer's walk, if you do it that way. It's not it. So we empty the storage shed and we're looking at this thing like, all right, we're going to get that in there. And then Jace even made the comment, and this is where I got scared. I was like, I think we could just fucking walk it or something. Like, we'll figure it out. And then Jace goes, now, we have to make sure we can do this, because if we can't pick it up, there was a step down from the storage shed.
We can't put it back.
From the container down to the concrete. Jace is like, if we can't carry this, we can't get it back in if we fail. And then I was like, oh dear. That's when I was like, we're in trouble. So that's when I messaged Tam. And I was like, help.
Yeah. Were you just like, why the fuck are they ringing me?
No, I was like,
I was playing it out in my head. I'm like, nah, Tam's been working out. This is perfect.
Yeah.
because obviously Ben knows I'm busy.
Yeah.
So if he's reached out, because he explained it in the first message straight away.
Yeah.
So I was like, if he's reached out, it's serious trouble.
Yeah, we were fucked. If you couldn't come, I don't know what we would have done. I would have had to just like
go flag someone down the street.
Yeah, just like on the road, just fucking, hey, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not big enough.
Yeah. I'll pay you $100 to come in here for an hour.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I live 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So good job.
Called Tam in. Basically, you could lift the front. Wasn't too bad. Two of us on the back. It had a little tip. So the problem was
It was a balance issue.
it's very top heavy. So where the
Extremely.
seat is, there's a big metal plate on the back of the seat. To get the seat off, you have to deassemble the entire hack squat. And it took us 3.5 hours to build it. We didn't have that kind of time. So it gets wobbly. And when she starts to go, she starts to go. So Jason caught it with his trap the first time. And I could see it. And I was like, the only way I can stop this happening is to push down on my side. And I reckon this thing weighs 250.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking heavy, man.
So
More.
Jason's got 170 kilos in his hand, and I'm going to push. Like, this is not a good solution. And Tam has no leverage from this 4-inch piece of pipe at the front. Steer it with your fucking hands. Like, I know you play a lot of computer games, but you don't have that kind of hand
You're
strength.
a passenger there.
Yeah. So Jason made the call, like, put it down. Okay, we'll put it down. So then we got out to...
You said that very seriously.
Yeah.
It's like, we need to put this down.
We got out to Fox, which is where it's living for now. And Laura and Ali were there. And, like, I don't know if you saw Ali much. Every time we moved something, Ali was so stressed. She's like, what are these fucking bears doing? Like, just throwing shit around. And then we got to the hack squat.
Fuck.
So,
That fucking thing.
what is she, number 2? Number 2 in her weight class.
Yeah.
In the country.
Second
Laura.
best powerlifter in her weight class in the country.
On the front.
I was pretty confident personally.
Same.
I was like, we fucking got this then.
But from the storage shed, we had 5 meters to the ramp.
Yeah.
From the ramp to where the hack squat needed to go in the gym, we had at least 25.
It was fucking far.
I reckon the track was 20. We probably had 5 each side.
Yeah.
So we even set, like, we're going
Landmarks.
to this point.
Yeah,
And then we're going down. And then we got halfway there and we're like, I'm good, you good? All right, keep going. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Then we had to turn it. So we had to pick it up in the air, rotate it 90 degrees, and then put it back down. During said rotation, it started to fucking go.
Yeah, because we had an uneven distribution of power coming from the end.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't remember. Most likely it was me because I just don't have any finesse at all. So we just picked it up and the things just started to fucking go.
And we'd asked Ali to, like, just try and hold it steady, but it went away from her.
Yeah.
So she was going to have to do the same thing. She was going to have to, like,
Pull back
hang
on it.
back on it. So just to give, like, perspective to how heavy this thing is, when it was coming down on the tailgate of the truck. I was hanging off the top of it. Like, literally, my feet were pretty much off the ground.
Mm.
And I said to Jace, is that helping? He goes, I didn't even notice. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like, let's go fuck myself.
Yeah, I was like holding it on the other side, and he's like, "Does that help?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
So pick it up, start to rotate. I'm on the side that it's leaning towards. Ali's got no chance. Again, Laura can't
Laura's just
rotate.
a passenger holding it,
And all Jason could possibly do was, again, rip it out of my hands and kill everybody.
Yeah,
So Jason's like, you're right. And I actually had hold of it with my head.
yeah.
And I was like, my neck's pretty strong. I'm okay. And then we took one more step and it just went, ugh.
Yeah.
And it was like the slowest motion that you could see that amount of weight get to the
It
floor.
was kind of like a sinking ship. If it turned on its side, it would take
Yeah.
about half an hour to do it. It was the slowest tip ever.
And it didn't make a sound.
No, all three
we
of
just
us,
laid it down.
all three of us, just like grabbed it and then just let it down.
Let it lay down. It was wild.
It hit
man.
the ground so softly, bro.
It was perfect. It was like we planned it.
Yeah,
It was ridiculous.
yeah. And then we just tipped it up, and it was in the perfect spot.
And no one said anything.
Nah.
It was just like,
Oh.
okay, pick it up. And then I think the girls were just like,
Yeah.
are you dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called a trauma response. You're in shock.
Yeah. Jason and I were just like,
Oh, cool.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Off we go. I
Yeah.
think the girls were a bit,
Yeah.
what just happened? But yeah,
Worked
it
out
was
for us. We fucking got it there.
funny. Yeah. It lives there now.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
moving
Oh,
it again.
yeah. You're like, that's where it lives for now, forever.
It's the pool table.
Exactly, Tam. That
Mhm.
fucking pool table. Oh man.
Fuck.
Maybe that's why my neck hurts.
It could
A bit
be.
of a sore neck
Yeah.
from having a hack squat lean on it.
That pool table was so funny. When I sold it,
Fuck that pool table.
this guy came in.
I don't think you've told the pool story on the podcast.
He tried to. I'd moved it like 4 times. Jason moved it like 8 times before
It's
that.
my family pool table
Yeah.
that I gave to Ben and still had to move it to his house.
And then Jason was very busy anytime I
Yeah.
moved house after that. Because he was just like, that pool table's
Don't
there.
get a
I'm
pool
not
table
coming."
as a family and then separate and then have to move 4 times in
doesn't
fucking
work.
4 years
Yeah.
as children.
Doesn't work.
Or just don't get one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
My advice is just don't fucking get one.
Yeah.
So yeah, the guy's like trying to undershoot me. Just like wanted to save himself $50. Like, all right. It's like, I'll give you. Well, I had 500 or whatever. It's like, I'll give you $450. I'm like, if it's gone tonight and I don't have to touch it, $450 done.
Yeah.
I literally stood there and watched them struggle with this fucking thing all the way out, and they put it in the back of like a dual cabs. It was like hanging over and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not fucking touching
Nah. There's a slate-based pool table, a solid rock
it. Comp size.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
That was just not it.
She was savage.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
It's a good night with it though.
Yeah. Pool table's fun if it's not yours.
Because it doesn't take up a whole room of your
Correct.
house for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go over, enjoy it, and you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like table tennis. It's
Shout
like-
out to all the people with the pool tables.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
the OGs.
Yeah, that's right.
We're
Yeah.
busy when you need to move it.
Yeah. I didn't even reckon I could put a pool table in my... Maybe outside I could put one out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about table tennis because you can fold it away, but then I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Table tennis is fun.
Yeah. I'm not that good at it, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
The fun you have with this table tennis table is not worth the space it
Agreed.
takes up,
Correct.
even
Yeah.
if it folds up.
And I'm
Yeah.
just at that age now where we don't really congregate enough to
Yeah.
Nah.
like to play and
Yeah,
have
yeah.
something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I got another problem at the gym.
Oh,
Who are we fighting now?
No, we can't fight them.
Okay.
Because they're younger. And
What?
they're like, school's out.
Oh no.
Yeah. So what it means is a bunch of 15-year-olds.
yes.
Oh,
Training
think about that. Fuck.
Yeah, so
This one's
like,
gonna be fucked.
yeah, bro, you're done.
Fuck.
You're done. I've been going to the gym,
Go train
obviously,
Sudbury.
and I'm like, every 15-year-old trains with 3 other people.
Yes.
They all train together.
Yes.
Yeah, and it hurts my feelings.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Yeah. So I've worked out how to get them off the machine quickly.
Big
you don't.
scary.
No. You don't do that because that's not the nice thing to do. There's no intimidation at all. Because I wouldn't like when I was at their age, I wouldn't have liked someone like me coming up to
Correct.
them and making them feel inferior and shit.
Mm.
What you do is you ask them how long it's going to take, not how many
Yeah,
sets.
yeah. And they get scared.
Yeah.
off and
No,
everything.
'cause you just say how many minutes.
Yeah,
So I walk up.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I just walk up and I say, "Hey boys, how many minutes do you have left on this?" And then they're like, "Oh, 3."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Cool." And I'm like, "Sweet, I'll wait." That's what I say. And then they have to be off in 3 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. It's
them,
fucking...
that is
If they say
awesome.
10
Yeah.
sets, they can take fucking 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, how many minutes? And then
That's
if
a
it's
good
more than 5, I go, I'll come back in 5 minutes.
That's a good solution.
So I'm like, go off and do something and come back.
That's
Yeah,
so
bro.
good, bro.
I've got him.
It's so
I fucking got him. Yeah. That's it. It's fucking manipulation. Like,
what do I
swear,
want out of
like-
this engagement?
Yeah.
yeah.
How do I provide value
Yeah.
to
Try to
myself?
be nice. Like, hey, boys, how's
Yeah,
it going?
yeah.
Just want to know how many minutes you got left on that machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Works
That's good.
every time.
That's
Because if
like
it's longer than you want, they know you're coming back.
Yeah.
So like, and sometimes like I even look at my phone and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set
But I
your
say this
fucking-
all.
Set your fucking watch.
Yeah. So I say this all like, obviously with like a smile and shit.
I love it.
Yeah. So they're
It's
just
great.
like, oh, cool. He just wants to use the machine. I better get the fuck off it. I mean, they're probably like, fuck, let's get off this machine. I don't want this guy to come back.
Yeah, it's also the thought of conflicts. They're like they know it's coming.
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah.
it's still intimidation, just very gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Kinda,
it.
yeah.
No, I like it.
Yeah. Cool. Oh,
Don't
good.
shy from it.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
I was
good.
trying to make it so I'm not the dude.
Fuck these
No,
young
that's good.
whippersnappers.
But I tell you what, man, like TikTok and whatever they're watching has fucked them in terms of their like the way they train.
Yeah.
Like I was watching this kid. See, they're kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He would have been like 55 kilos,
Shouts out, bro. Feel you.
and he's got the straps with the rings on them.
Yep.
Yeah, so he can do he's doing these
Mass
side
raises,
raises from behind, right?
Yep.
And so I'm like, that's an interesting exercise to select at the start of your session.
Yep.
It's an interesting exercise to select anyway, because it's like you got to know training.
Mm.
And in my opinion, I'm like, you shouldn't really be accessing that range of motion, like, and that type of tension
Yeah.
in your situation. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I believe there's a course that you take in your lifting career that, you at the start, you should be putting more of your attention on things like getting strong and stuff. So anyway, I'm watching, because I watch everybody train. And then they go from there to the Smith machine, right? So they go on incline press.
Mhm.
So this kid, like, no disrespect to him at all, he can't even incline press half his body weight.
Yep.
So I'm like, you've gone from a very hyper-specific, intricate
Yep.
Instagram exercise, we'll call them. And then you've gone to a movement that's got guided stability and you still can't lift half your body weight.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Someone's
There's a list of
talked
priorities
about
here.
pre-fatigue here.
someone's talked about pre-fatigue, someone's watching some fancy shit,
Yeah.
and someone's getting hung up on things that don't matter at the age of 15, 16,
Yeah.
right? And then I was like, well, what do you think? So then I was sitting there and I was like, what did I want to try and do when I was that age? Like, obviously I wanted to be huge, but even like, what did I learn that benefited me the most at the start?
Mm.
And I was trying to quantify it so that I could come on here or even just in general and be like, if you're in your first year, 1 to 3 years of lifting, what are the things that are going to serve you the greatest inside the gym for your goals? And this
Yeah.
is just to build a physique. It's not to do anything else.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, obviously getting strong is the first one, right? Like you get strong
Yeah.
and
STC training paradigm.
yeah, if you get strong,
Strength
you
first.
can withstand
Yeah.
the most amount of stress.
Yeah.
Right? Makes perfect sense.
What are the strength standards, Jason?
So, well, I thought about the strength standards if it was strictly someone who was a bodybuilder,
Mhm.
right? Because I was like, oh, like being able to squat 1.5 times your body weight and 2 times and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're probably not going to, I would never have put myself in that situation to do 1 rep
Yeah.
because of the training.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, what would be an acceptable thing to look for? So this is what I come up with, and I'm interested to hear what you think.
I'm excited.
So I believe that you should be able to, you don't have to deadlift, but if you want to, you should squat and bench press, in my opinion. I think deadlift's like give or take, right?
Yep.
But if you squat, bench, and deadlift, I think you should be able to squat and deadlift at least your body weight to 1.5 times for 10 reps.
For 10.
I think that's the goal. So that would be me being able to do my body weight, which
Yep.
is 90 kilos for 10 reps. That's effortless.
Yeah. I would have said 5, but
Yeah,
just
6 to 10 I think I put down. What did I
yeah,
put?
just because I don't want to encourage anyone to do more than 5 reps.
Yeah, but like, I still think there's a bit of merit there here and
But
there.
we used to train like that.
So 1 to 1.5 times your body weight for 6 to 10 reps.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yep.
So then I thought overhead press.
So that'd be 1 for women, 1.5 for men.
Yeah. overhead press and barbell bent over row,
Mm-hmm.
0.5
Yep.
to 0.75 times body weight.
Yep.
For the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should be that. And obviously, like, if you're squatting, you're benching, you're deadlifting, you're rowing,
Yeah.
you're doing overhead press,
Yeah.
And you're doing maybe some form of like pull-ups. So I was like, how do I quantify the pull-ups? Because it's like really
you
hard
can do
to
100 because you're tiny.
Well, yeah, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, trying to progress your pull-ups, you know, and adding as much weight as you can in a 6 to 10 rep range. Like, if you do those things first, like, that is going to serve you way better moving forward.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it's like, it's not fun because we've done it for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many...
Can't get clicks on TikTok.
Yeah, like, I'm watching this dude who's massive, who's done that, probably still does it, but he's showing you this one exercise
Yeah.
that is the reason he has massive shoulders.
Yeah.
So then they get on they buy the cable cuffs, they get on the cable station, they start doing these ones and whatever. And then when they go to a movement that involves multi-joints, that you really should be able to move a significant amount of weight, you can't even lift half your body weight.
Yeah.
On a guided range of motion, man.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like, if you look at so the best bodybuilders are strong.
Agreed.
The best ones, you know, and some of the greatest of all time come from a background of powerlifting.
Yeah.
Arnold was a powerlifter. Ronnie was a powerlifter. But the rest of them still were exceptionally strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you look at the newer generation, it's like funny, I'm obviously getting older and salty now. The newer generation aren't placing that same emphasis on strength like we got taught. And it's because their attention is spread so far.
Yeah.
They probably don't actually even know what to do.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like, you know, because if there's too many inputs, like, how do you know where to start? When it's like, when we were, you know, kind of starting out, it was just like, I guess the message was kind of the same.
I was just thinking about, like, I don't remember. I started going to the gym when I was 16 because I got injured at footy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just to, like, attract girls. We must have had someone write us a program.
All we did was attract men, probably, too.
I did okay.
Yeah. Well, the bigger I've gotten and the longer my beard's gotten, it's just men.
Yeah, I was still like 60 kilos. Just had more definition. Like, didn't get.
The goal was
massive,
always to attract girls. Never got them.
Back then, it was just abs.
Yeah, that literally.
Yeah. Would you say? What was it? What was the line? We want to look hot, so you just like doing abs.
Yeah. Fuck, that was primary school, bro. We're just like flexing our abs.
Yeah, it's so
hilarious.
Cool. I love that. I want to look hot.
Yeah, we were definitely not cool. Yeah, I reckon we must have had someone write a Gym 4 program for us.
Yeah, I got a Gym 4 program. My first gym.
I know, like my mate that I trained with, he went the health route. Like he ended up doing myo. So I don't know if he like did something in study that he would have written us a program. But we like squatted, benched, leg press, leg extension, hammy curl, obviously heaps of arms, shoulder press.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing anything fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this fucking, after the workshop on the weekend, I have this obsession with 5x5 now.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm just like, what you just described, if you could superset squats and chins, bent over row bench press,
And that's what we...
5x5, 4 exercises, go home.
Yeah,
But that's what we did.
And then
Strong
choose
spot.
the other 4, 5x5, go home. If you just did that for a year,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you'd be so jacked.
And
As a new lifter.
Yeah, it'd be
and
so strong.
So strong.
I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, I kind of want to try that out now.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing like a strength
Yeah.
block and then just,
Yeah.
you know,
Jason,
doing the minimum effective dose for the pump work.
we've been talking about doing like 2 to 3 training sessions a week.
building your
And we're just
base.
like, I only need 3 hard sets. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but now I want to do 5x5.
Fuck, 5x5 takes so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Well, that's the...
Yeah.
Oh, I say that, and like most of my workouts go for an hour and a half. I just don't realize it
yeah.
because I rest for 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
nearly every set.
Yeah. That's what would kill me now.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do powerlifting, but it's like,
You do. Yeah.
I just do. I
Yeah.
do basically the same, just with
Look,
more reps.
None of my girls rest for 5 minutes. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I definitely rest for at least 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Go.
Yeah. Yeah, so then I was like, well,
That should be our new program on the app.
5x5.
Yeah, and for wave loading and 5x5.
Yeah, I would put wave loading's on there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the fourth phase.
Oh,
it's the fifth phase of the physique program.
Yeah.
So we got two physique phase 1, phase 2. So first 3 phases are 3 different styles of programming, and then the other one's 3 different styles. And wave loading's in the strength one.
Yeah, I feel like we just put a dedicated
We can, yeah, definitely.
wave loaded.
Absolutely.
block.
Yeah, well, we can take that one out and modify it a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I just think so where I was going with that is just like the information overload is pushing the younger generation towards this like hyper specificity, right? Because even you look at like back training. Back training is where the hyper specificity comes the most.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's all these like pulls and variations that are like really kind of biasing the, or trying to bias these certain divisions of these muscles and whatnot. And then you're looking at it and you're like, surely there's some merit. Like, I don't want to just be like the old salty meathead, but surely there's some merit to like being able to pull up your body weight, being able to row 75% of your body weight for reps, and then even at like a single dumbbell level, probably 50% of your body weight for reps.
Yeah.
Surely there's some merit to that before you start to go, because like if you're young and small, what's the fucking point of just trying to put on muscle here?
Yeah.
Like put on the muscle everywhere. Like that's when we talked about the timeline of a lifter at the workshop.
Yeah.
I was like, if you train a beginner, this is all you want to think about.
Yeah.
Isolation exercises to centralize focus and target muscle and make them work harder.
Mm-hmm.
Compound movements to improve skill and get them strong.
Mm-hmm.
The overall focus, though, is strength. It's not muscle.
Yeah.
Gaining.
Like, it's not hypertrophy. It's fucking strength because they will get big chasing
If you
strength.
lift more weight every week, you'll get bigger.
That's it. And that carries over to an intermediate.
Yeah.
Like, you still have that. Like, even when we were in the first 3 to 5 years, because I reckon you're an intermediate about 3 years. 3 to 5 years, we were still chasing strength.
Yeah.
We were still, it was pounds, kilos on the bar. Kilos on the bar, kilos on the bar, kilos on the bar.
Yeah.
And then it was like, but it was kilos on the bar and
then
specificity.
Yeah.
You need,
Yeah.
you need, I need.
Yeah.
Etc.
So interestingly, I don't know if you put this together, but Saturday morning we did our workout before the programming workshop, and there was no good back equipment in the gym.
None.
So what did we do?
Chin-ups.
8 to 12 reps of overhand bodyweight chins. And
Yeah.
you even were like, fuck, I don't know if we did an assisted set. And I was like, fuck that, I'm just going to see how many.
Yeah.
Repped out like, I think 12 on my first set.
Mm.
Yours was 8 or something.
Yeah.
More than that. Granted, I have chins. I don't have pull-ups. It was like, we still can.
Yeah.
And it's like, you look at the bigger guys in the gym and you're like, well, they don't do chin-ups. It's like, because they'd need to be there for a week. Their joints would hurt and they'd have to fuck around with a belt, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I was like, I even had that, like, maybe I should. So, you know how, like, we've had the dip conversation.
Yeah.
And you can take the same dip conversation to the pull-up conversation. So I'm like, maybe I should do that. Like, it'll probably help with my joints. It's a range of motion that I should be strong in, and I should revisit those things.
Yeah.
And then I just started playing it out in my head. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this?
Mm.
Like, how do I add weight? We don't have a belt. I've got to go buy another piece of equipment now.
I've got one. You can have it.
Yeah, sick. So then it's like, well, how realistic is it? And then it's like, could I do output-based stuff on that? Because it's like, loadability, access, range of motion, output. So I'm like, output could be done.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a possibility. But then I'm like, just playing off like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Like, would there not be something else I could do in my position?
Yeah.
To be a bit more effective and probably like create less fatigue and a greater stimulus by choosing another exercise, because once you start getting strong and you use output, it's like that comes at a cost. Like,
Yeah. Also thinking back to like, I think the biggest I ever did was maybe plus 40 kilos.
Yeah.
For
dips?
like 4 sets of 6 pull-ups.
Oh yeah, nice. That's pretty
Overhand
good.
on a bar. Like, granted, I was probably 70 kilos.
Yeah.
65 even. Probably 70, I think, because it was at Essendon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then same dips would have been 30, 40.
Yeah. I think I've got a video like hanging 60 kilos off me.
Yeah. So it's like,
Stupid.
if you can dip and chin 100 kegs, like I'm 90 now, I can still do it.
Mm.
Like, put a 10 kilo weight between my legs, I'll still do 5.
Mm.
Like, that baseline of strength still exists, but you just don't see people do it because, like you said, the trade-off's too high.
Yeah.
But if you can't do it, get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's just not what's on social media.
well, look, I still look at it. What's up, guys? So before we move on, just a little bit more information for those people who are curious about coaching. Maybe they want someone to take care of their training, get a bit more specific, take it to the next level, or even just keep them accountable to all of the things that they need to do. So again, you guys can go onto the website, get a little bit more information. It's got all the information on there on what's involved to take your training to the next level. You can hit the inquiry button, and then we'll get on a strategy call and see what we can do for you. I don't know about you, like maybe this again is just like what our eyes were drawn to when we were younger or what we got told, so we're still fascinated by it. I don't know about you, man, but I still love seeing like a really amazing feat of strength.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that bench press video that Jess shared with
Yeah,
us? Like
yeah.
that was fucking impressive.
Yeah.
It's like some dude doing like 240 kilos on a bench
Just
press
kicked it off.
and just going for it.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe like, is it they just see too much of it now, or we're so maybe because we see amazing feats of strength that often now, people either go, I'm not ever going to be that strong, so there's no point, or do we look at it and go, we're seeing the end point of someone's physique and just looking at what they do now and thinking that's what they should do, because it's like the whole fit chick thing too, right?
Mm.
Like, buy my booty program,
Yeah.
and you will have, you know, it's all these little fucking
Yeah.
flutter kicks in every fucking
it's
range of
girls that
motion.
can squat twice their fucking body weight.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's the journey.
Mm.
It's the sum of everything. Like, you don't look at Hattie Boydell and go, I'm going to do this program she's doing right now and look that way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
straight
Hattie's probably the only one that you're like, train like Hattie.
she's trained for 20 years though. So it's like,
Yeah.
she could come out with a booty program,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
you need to come out with the 20 years of training program.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
she's one of the few, just to give credit to Hattie, she's one of the
Oh,
few
absolute-
that like actually still,
Absolutely.
squats triple body weight. and shit.
Absolutely. Probably the worst, probably not a great example.
Yeah,
like,
but
there's someone
I know
else.
What you mean.
Yeah, there's someone who's gone, this is what you should do this program to look like me.
Yeah.
But they haven't factored in that at a beginner age, like they trained with this foundation of strength. They've been competent with barbell exercises, transition that strength into an environment that now has hyper specificity to build a physique for a particular task. Like, and then makes a video on a specific, like hyper specific exercise, and then the audience goes, "That's it."
Yeah,
That's the answer.
because everyone's looking for the secret.
The
That must
physique,
be it.
the physique is here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not.
that's it.
It's not all of this bit.
Yeah.
It's this exercise.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating. I wonder, you made a comment last week about our exposure to the genetic elite.
Yeah.
I remember like the whole time we were training at Good Life. I can't remember his name. You were mates with him. The big bodybuilder guy.
Yeah, I know you talk about. I forgot his name too.
Yeah. Fucking, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was massive.
The guy.
Yeah.
And you could open my phone right now and see, as long as you scroll, amount of people, bigger,
Oh yeah.
younger, better looking, with better proportions.
Probably stronger as well.
It's like you can just see infinite amounts of it.
Yeah.
So you don't look at them in the gym and go, what do you do? Because you don't have a following.
Yeah.
Like we used to. It's
Yeah.
like, the fuck, oh, someone's here with black and blue pants. Must be serious.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's like the guy in the gym had the following, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, of the gym
Everyone
people.
asked him questions, and what do you take? I remember he gave me like a scoop of that black powder or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so fucking cool.
It's like, man, if I could get my hands on his training journal, because he's writing down every set that he does.
Yeah.
If I could get my hands on that.
Yeah,
so
it's like that's the secret in there. Yeah.
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 And all you could do is talk to him. That's it.
Mm.
That's the only option you had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you've got exposure to the genetic elite who maybe don't even have to do the stuff we're talking about to get where they are.
Mm.
Like fucking, how many people, what's his name? Granted, Aaron Curtis was like the GOAT of our time, right? He was like the physique
Yeah.
god. Everyone wanted to look like him. And then he popped, so everyone knew who he was after that. So he looked like my goal physique when I was 20, when he was 16 doing track and field.
Yeah.
So it's like his program, I actually think he trained pretty well. He's quite a smart guy. Again, probably not the best example. But he just looked like that, man.
Yeah, so he could make a program or show you a exercise, and you could get excited about that, but you are neglecting the blueprint.
Here's how to get
blueprint
here's
and
how
the
to get
training.
pecs like mine. It's like, motherfucker, you had pecs from running.
Yeah, your pecs from birth.
Fuck you, bro. But that's what we're exposed to, and then I wonder. You have to add it into the conversation. I wonder, because there's such easy access and plentiful access to anabolics, so many people now that do the cable lateral raises get big shoulders because it's used stuff.
Yeah, I possibly. The only other thing I can rationalize is how do I put this nicely? They don't want to work as hard.
Yeah.
So it's harder to
Of course.
squat heavy, to bench heavy, to row, all of that shit. It's hard. So they're being sold. So we went through that phase. If you know the science, you can optimize shit.
Yeah.
And you can train smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there is no part of bodybuilding that is easy.
Yeah.
It is literally like you are like stressing your fucking body out so hard in a strategic way that it goes, I need to add meat to this frame to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
So we get these people that are like, oh, you train fucking 3 rep in reserve and you do these exercises and you'll be fine. So you get this message. Yeah. Fuck, they're never big. That's funny, eh? The jacked ones are never the ones telling you to fucking not train to far and lift heavy.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the fucking research on that shit?
Yeah.
And then you get this message that comes across to this younger generation. Well, if I use the cable to do the raises, or I do my glute kickbacks this way, or fucking whatever, that I can neglect the grunt work.
The base, yeah. So here's a theory. Because the gym is way more mainstream now than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the gym is I'm trying to compare it to something. I wonder if sport numbers are down and gym numbers are up.
I reckon, like, for adolescents, definitely.
So it's cool to go to the gym now. Wasn't cool to go to the gym when I was younger.
No one went to the gym when they were 15 besides me.
Yeah. So it's like the person that goes to the gym is going to the gym because it's fashion. Right? So
Status.
no, it's literally fashion though. How people look.
Yeah.
Take like women in particular, right? 90s, no one had a big ass.
Yeah, it was the thigh gap.
And if you train anyone over 40 and you're like, so you want bigger glutes? They're like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry. Like, small legs, got it.
Fat ass.
It's like, no, sir. So, if it's fashion to have muscle, to be leaner, people that are going to pursue the fashion outcome, they're not there to work hard.
Nah.
They're not. And that maybe is okay.
They're not there for the gym.
But it's like me going...
Yeah, but that's like the influencer thing. They're just there for the following. They don't even like working out.
Correct.
So they just go to work out, film, like, I've heard stories of them filming like 15 minutes of movement and leaving.
Yeah.
They're just there to do the fancy exercise.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So then you have, back in the day, it was like, maybe I'll go to the gym to get girls, like I said.
Yeah.
That's why we went, right?
100%.
And then I was like, hey, this is hard. I like hard. I like this.
Keep doing it.
And then when I got older...
And the harder it is, the better results you get.
When I got older, so I went away from the gym because I just focused on basically getting drunk and driving go-karts. Not at the same time. Where the gym didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I don't have a sport. I'm bored.
I
need to do something hard because I've always done something hard.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, it sounds stupid because people think cricket's just like standing in a field. I used to vomit like pre-season cricket once a week.
From
Just train.
Boredom. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, just from like,
Yeah, training shit.
it's fucking 45 degrees
Yeah,
in Shepparton and you're just going for it. Like,
yeah.
we used to do like these summer camps shit.
Yeah.
And it was like, you had to do sprints and shit like you're at any other sport.
Yeah.
That went away. Uni, no sport, nothing to do. Okay, I'll go to the gym. And I was like, oh, I like this. This hard thing's fun. And then every client, so what I try and do with every client that comes to me, I'm like, cool, so you want to go to a state level powerlifting meet, make nationals, get this lean, do a photo shoot, whatever your external goal is. I'm like, but why do you go every day? Because you're not going to get up every day and go to the gym to tell other people that you made nationals. Because that's an external goal that you want to show off to other people, and then you think that they'll value you because you may achieve that goal.
And you're not going to go through that much pain and discomfort.
Correct.
For that as well.
There has to be a reason every single fucking day that you go.
Yeah.
There has to be. For you to get elite outcomes. You have to find why. You have to find what's the reason to show up. And these kids that are like, so I fucking get the girl's number on the weekend. It's like, well, that... you're not going through hell for that.
Yeah.
You just go for the 6 instead of the 7.
Yeah, well, I guess like it's like you probably only see these people like in spring, right?
Yeah.
Well, mate, historically, you only see them in spring.
And there's a handful of those people that would go to the gym and be like, you know what? I like this.
Yeah.
I like the hard.
Yeah, I just don't like the messaging of a whole.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it. But that's a symptom of the popularity of fitness.
Yeah.
And the fashion of fitness.
Yeah.
So then all you can hope is
Those people are getting set up to fail, though.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Because
it's not necessarily their fault.
Yeah. Because it would have been when we were younger, they would have gone for a run. Or the girls would have gone in the cardio room.
Yeah.
Or they would have done something like that. But now the fashion is go to the gym.
Yeah.
Then even the clothing, bro. Like, you wear active wear down the street.
Yeah.
And not get teased about it.
Yeah.
Like when we started out, I was like, oh, fuck, the soccer mums that go to the...
Yeah.
They didn't even wear... They wear their yoga pants to coffee. It was like, it's something that you tease people about. Now it's literally what you wear.
Yeah, just wear it anyway.
I don't own anything else.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize that was the thing people made fun of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time and... Yeah.
Someone commented on one of my photos the other day. They're like, fuck, you're always branded. I'm like, I don't own any other clothes. It's like, I go to dressed up or work clothes.
Yeah.
/ and my work clothes are gym clothes, so it's the same.
Yeah. It's interesting. How long we...
Just under an hour.
All right. So... You hijacking my podcast?
No. I just want to ask you if you want... Because this is on the same topic.
Yeah. Go for it.
Have you noticed... potentially, again, social media, or potentially the type of person that's in the gym. I've noticed a tendency to be, and this could be why the people hyper-specify, are just so scared of breaking.
Oh, I had that on this for so long. I'm so glad we
like
spoke
4
about
weeks, it's been on my phone.
Me too. Me too. And you know where I thought about it? Like, I'm coming at it from I like, not the fear of breaking, but just like the fact that people think that they're fragile.
Yeah.
So I watched this. So there's an elderly population that train at the gym that I go to, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
I watched this lady do an overhead press on a machine where she wasn't set up for it properly.
Yeah.
Like the hands are too far back.
Yep.
I watched her get it up halfway and squirm left to right to get it up.
That's gangster.
And did that for like multiple reps.
Gangster.
And I was like, sure, reference lines, whatever. But I'm like...
Thug life, bro.
Yeah, but I was like, we're not that fucking... Like, she's 55 kilos wringing wet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, we are not that fragile when you actually think about it. It's like, if you put someone in a situation where they have to do something, and that is how they do it, regardless of whether it's perfect or not, they'll fucking make it happen in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And then you get these people that are like, oh, I can't do set exercise, or I can't move this way, and I'm broken, I have this or whatever. It's like, we are made to walk fucking kilometers to get fucking,
Yeah.
food, water, whatever. Like,
Carrying shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we're not as weak as you think we are, man.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like your exposures to the stimulus have been poor.
Yeah. Your 4 hours of exercise a week aren't going to
Yeah.
overtrain you.
Yeah, and what exposures they've been are poor.
Yeah.
And that's not your fault in a lot of cases, but you just haven't been set up to like have variance in rep quality as well.
Correct.
Because remember I think I said it to you, I said it to someone, I'm like, whenever I do a bad rep, I hurt myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is that?
Yeah. That was one of the, we had that conversation, and like 6 to 12 months later, I started working with Shallow, and it was like, train here, do more things that aren't just like the task. Oh, the kettlebell deadlift puts you in a really compromised position. It's a shit lift and it's not very loadable. It's like, yep, where do you go when you miss a deadlift? That position.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've been here before now.
Correct.
And we used to have a guy that used to come into the gym that was fucking henched, man. It was like 5'6" and 5 foot wide.
And
and just train like a pig.
Yeah. I remember that guy that used to be like this.
Yeah.
He used to be he had the definition of like hyperkyphosis.
Yeah.
And he would just lift.
And they never got hurt.
Never.
And then you and I were like, oh, I just like missed the kick from my knee to my shoulder and externally rotated just a little bit. Now I've got 3 weeks with sore shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, what the hell?
Yeah, it shouldn't work like that.
So training outside normal ranges, we had to deliberately put it in. Yeah. I wonder if it's a reflection of the success of allied health and a failure of, because there's so many allied health people that are just like, you can't do that anymore.
I think that's old. That's still old philosophy.
Yeah, but it's still around, right?
Yeah. It's the don't do anything.
Yeah. So is it the influence of allied health, or is it the influence of scared personal trainers? Because I've had lifters that are even personal trainers that like their coaches told them you can't do this. And it's like, why?
Yeah. I think it's a symptom of that, and obviously we've still kind of moved on in terms of our standards of performance. Because like I would argue there's more strong people now than there was. And there's more people trying to be strong than there was, because that is a symptom of fitness.
Correct.
That is a symptom of the popularity of fitness, right? So, like you can use the popularity of powerlifting and the trickle-down effect that's had to a non-competitive powerlifting level. There's people wanting to be strong.
Yeah.
A symptom of the physiques that we want is a venture of strength, because you do not get a fat ass, fat shoulders, developed back without doing weights.
Yeah.
So then you've got the philosophy of wrap yourself up in cotton wool or you can't, or you shouldn't, or you don't, inside the realm of we need to lift strong, we need to lift more, be strong, be heavy. All of a sudden you get a bunch of people who either create a self-fulfilling prophecy that they can't, and when they try, they break.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the right exposures.
Yeah.
And they get put in a situation where they break no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the exposure one's wild. You see that play out a lot, where the personal trainer says you can't do that, and then it's like every time they do, they break because you've never been there. Yeah. And it's not like, oh, so you can't deadlift off the floor, for example.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so how many times have you been in that position? Never. Okay, so every time you go into that position, it's pulling 60 kilos off the floor, and you get hurt. Yeah. Okay. Should we do something else?
Yeah.
Like,
maybe don't start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, should we just get in that position somehow?
Yeah. Every time I put a bar on my back, I hurt myself. Okay, let's not do that.
Correct.
Let's squat another way.
Yeah, it's like, when was the last time you took your hip below 90 degrees? Like, what do you mean? Like,
every time I put a bar on my back.
Do you have any front foot squats or hands? Like, no. Like, okay, so you've never been below parallel, and the only time you expose yourself to that is with the back squat.
Yeah, it's that whole like, I've tried everything, but what I've tried is the same thing.
Yeah.
But everything is the same thing because that is all I know.
Yeah, because I did my rehab.
Yeah.
And I did my plank shoulder touches. So now my core works. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Your system doesn't yet. Yeah, it's interesting. We seem to have we used to complain about how badly everyone trained.
Yeah.
Now I see a hyper focus on good form, but everyone trains like a pussy.
Yeah. There's obviously, there's middle ground, and I think it's also a symptom of bad programming. So you can have good form and still have a bad program.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that there's more bad programs now than there ever was, and because there's more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that because of the internet?
Because the program, if we tear everything down, the program fixes that.
Oh, yeah.
The form thing, it's like, I'm never going to say to someone like, you need to have worse form than you're having right now.
Do that more shit.
You're going to go, I'm going to put you in this position in your program.
Yeah.
And your program's going to challenge that. And that's going to carry over to when you get, challenged in another movement where things are, there's fatigue, there's load, there's whatever, and you're going to survive. So I think it's a symptom of poor programming.
Yes.
That's one of them. It's it's kind of like what is what do they call it? The first person that kicks on the pandemic, like Subject X or whatever.
Yeah.
That could be
Patient X.
Patient X.
Yeah.
Like
because I'm like, but what about the people that don't have a program? They probably downloaded some shit. Or they watched some shit.
Well, it's shit though.
Their program sucks.
But it's shit because
what they're doing sucks.
It's shit because what they're doing is not for them.
Yeah, because they've only done glute kickbacks for a year, and then they back squat and say back squat hurts their back.
Yeah. Or they overtrain a certain movement pattern, and then all of a sudden they can't extend their hips.
My hip hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got every time I train posterior chain, I've got a sore back. It's like your hips don't fucking work well.
Yeah.
It's because your program sucks. Probably never lengthened your hip flexors. They're weak as shit.
Yep.
So you almost could always bring it down to a poorly designed training program.
Yeah.
And that can be great.
Whether it's a formal program or just what you do.
Your approach to training, whether it's formal or informal.
Yeah. A of the master method.
That's Love it. So we had an interesting conversation in the car. We'll wrap up the potty after this. So we had an interesting conversation in the truck because we spent a lot of fucking time together on Monday and we talked a lot of shit. So you know how we were talking about that self, basically like people who just like once they find somebody they just like let shit go.
Yeah. And
we were just like, why? And is that something that people should do? Mm-hmm. And I heard a really cool quote like the next day.
Sick.
So I thought I'd share this with you. So
Chris Williamson dropping quotes.
The goal should always be in a relationship to take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me.
Oof.
And if you take that mentality across the board to everything, you will never be in a situation where you don't put yourself at the same regard as Amy, as Steph. And you will not, and it will never be to a regard where you're lesser or worse off because of it. Because you work out, you eat healthy, you challenge yourself, you set goals, you do all of those things for yourself, and that still benefits them.
It's not selfish.
You don't stop training.
Yeah.
You don't stop training because you now have the partner.
Yeah.
You don't look less desirable than you did when you first met, which was probably one of the reasons why they were attracted to you in the first place.
Even if it's not appearance-wise, it's the act of showing up, right? It's the confidence, the posture, it's the energy, it's the whatever.
It's everything you were at that time.
Yeah.
Why give that up? I don't think it's fair on yourself or them.
Yeah.
And I just, when I heard that, I was like, fuck yeah. You do for them, and they do for you as well as them.
I've been playing with this concept of obligation is better. So in the fitness industry, the why is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Set goals, but you have to have a why.
Yeah.
Whys are cool. Obligations, bury them. Absolutely bury them. It's like if you have an obligation to something that's important to you, you will do the fucking thing.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have struggled. Yeah. No one I know has not been able to eat because the obligation is they have to be able to eat. So wherever you set that obligation is how you behave.
Yeah, that's...
So this introduces the obligation to, I need to be my best because that's what my partner deserves. Woof.
Yeah, it's like it's putting on so much more weight.
Yeah.
And taking it.
Yeah.
Because
shoulder up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because the flip side is it turns into resentment, right?
Yeah, and it's not what you signed up for.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
challenging.
It's like
you resent yourself and your partner.
It's the settling shit, right? It's like it's over time. This person has started to become less of who they were when you first met them, and they think they're doing it because they met you.
That's it.
Like because they have you, they now don't
need to do it anymore.
Yeah. How fucking unfair is that?
What I remember hit me heavy when you were in this conversation. You were like, people will judge people that go to the gym all the time and call them vain or whatever. Like if you put a lot of effort into your appearance and all that kind of shit. It's like, okay, so what would you do if you separated from your partner right now?
What's the first thing you like I said, you can tell the two signs you can tell someone is on the market. Their social media exposure goes through the roof. That's not their kids.
Yeah.
And not like their dog.
Yeah.
It's of them.
Selfies, gym.
And they go to the fucking gym.
Yeah.
So why?
And the selfie is you actually put in some effort and you felt like you were attractive. So then you.
Yeah.
So the act of making yourself feel attractive.
Was
interesting.
But the people that continue to do that and have done it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Vain, self-centered, selfish, shallow, etc. It's like, do you not think I take a tremendous amount of joy in being able to take my fucking clothes off in front of my wife and enjoy and know she likes what she sees?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that is just... But we don't go there, right? We don't... Like, I show up not just for me. I show up for her.
And if you were single, you would too.
Yeah. But it's like, once you get... Like, it's not... I just disagree that once we get to that point where it's like, oh, I'm married now. I can go bald. I can do this. I can... the ball one you can't really change.
Let me go bald, Jess.
Yeah, well, you can't decide that one. But, like, but it's like, I can be fat. I can just be...
No, I know what you mean.
I can just not be the person that you were when you... Like, I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
It's not fair, man.
Yeah.
It's like, do work on you for them.
It's also
Let them work on them for you.
The better example is like the kids, right?
Yeah.
Like you talked about the business side of things. It's like, oh, so you haven't done, who was it? It was Hormozy or Alex.
Yeah. So you didn't do this.
So you're blaming your kid for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And it's like, it's just that with a totally...
Yeah. You're putting guilt on the child that it's your fault.
Yeah.
I'm not what
your
I
child
could be.
or your partner.
Yeah. That's it, child or your partner. You're just looking for something else to just go, oh, it's easier for me not to do this anymore.
Yeah. Do you know what's really interesting? I saw a video the other day. So my feed is just all over the place right now. Because I watch kid shit. It's like this weird fucking...
It's only going to get weirder.
World,
yeah.
Right? Wait till next year.
Ben's Spotify.
Wiggles are coming, bro. They're fucking coming for sure. And it was like men will have sex based on their attractiveness, their attraction to the partner. Women will have sex based on their perception of their own attractiveness.
Oh, absolutely.
So if the woman doesn't feel sexually attractive, they won't want intimacy because they don't feel attractive.
Yeah.
And men will be like, what? Don't you think I'm attractive? And it's like nothing to do with it.
It's got nothing to do with you, yeah.
So even then, if the man's like, but I do, it doesn't matter. So then you shut down honeymoon phase, like every fucking night, 3, 6, 12 months in, stop going to the gym, stop taking care of yourself, stop building pride in yourself, stop making effort to express your values, let's say, and feel really good about yourself.
Yeah.
That shuts down.
Yeah, and then what happens once you start fucking less often?
Yeah.
We just become friends that live in a house together.
Doesn't end well.
I don't think so, man.
Fucking hell. Today has been big.
Fucking wuss.
Therapy
today has been
big.
Bit of relationship advice. We talked about a bit of, how to manage mental health on the other potty.
Yeah, if you missed Monday.
You're one-stop shop, guys.
Fuck.
Like, share, and follow.
I need some chicken.
Are we calling it? I think that's it.
Do you want to keep going?
Nah, it was pretty heavy.
Yeah. That was great.
We all feeling better?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll feel better after I have some Nando's.
All right. See you later, guys.
Oh, no, that was the same one. Fuck.
Different pose, quick. As long as you don't start doing the YouTube thing and like make surprise faces.
All right.